So once again, we get another fantastic episode of Go Go Loser Ranger with episode 10, as we have Peltrola facing off against Blue Keeper, but not only that, facing off against the cadets, and not only that, the junior rangers as well. And it looks like we're getting closer and closer to the climax of this arc that we're having right now, with the Ranger Academy trials going on right now. So I don't know where to begin with this episode. So the episode picks up with the last one left off on, where you had XX leading Blue Keeper to where Peltrola was hiding out on within the base of the Ranger Academy, or the facility. And it's kind of weird because, you know, they're at the lower ends of the facility, and it's like a giant door that opens up, and it makes you wonder, has anyone else discovered this place before, or if anyone got close, did Peltrola kill them and sort of got rid of them if they ended up discovering this area? That's like a big question. But we get a fight between Blue Keeper and Peltrola in this episode, where we get to see his true form, and he's a big giant chicken. So we've got that going on. And the fight between Peltrola and Blue Dragon, or Blue Keeper in this episode, is kind of wonky, I will say that. There are some shots that look really nice, but the CG did look a little bit wonky in some areas. Like when the characters would move or even tilt their head up, some of the CG would still be present, and it did look a little bit weird in some instances. Like I understand using the CG to help with the fight, with how crazy the fights can get in this show, but there's some scenes where they would just have the camera panning, and you'd see the character and you can kind of see the CG model where it blends from like CG to 2D, and it would look a little bit wonky. Look, I'm no pro animator. I'm just a guy who talks into a mic and talks about this show, but some scenes did look a little bit wonky with the CG in this episode. So while Blue Keeper is fighting the Peltrola clones in this episode, which I do wonder if Blue Keeper's actually going to bite the dust in this fight, because it looks like Peltrola can just keep cloning himself and he's got a real body out there somewhere, which he alludes to, like that all his bodies are the real bodies or something like that. But you have D finally confronting Peltrola in this episode, and he goes to stab him right away. So it shows that even though there's a boss monster around, D has no loyalties to Peltrola. He's sort of taking him out so that way he can have his plan for world domination, because I'm guessing if there's a boss monster still around, and boss monsters are still out there, if there's more than one, then I'm guessing that D is getting rid of him so that way he can have his world domination to himself, because, you know, he wants to get rid of all rangers, and if there's boss monsters still out there, well, if he achieves his goals, there's still going to be boss monsters as well. So we have that there. But I did like how, like, D was like, oh no, my hand slipped, I was so excited. But then he regenerates, Peltrola does, and when he starts roaming around the facility and makes his way to the exams, where we get to see a fight between him and some of the junior rangers, and we get to see their divine artifacts, which are really interesting divine artifacts, I will say that. Like, the divine artifacts that we see are freaking crazy. And although these are only replicas or copies of the actual divine artifacts of the divine tools, they are really powerful. I mean, you've got one of them, Cannon, I believe her name is. She's the Green Keeper, Junior Keeper. She's Green Keeper, Junior Keeper, Junior Ranger. She's using like a hollow mask from Bleach, and she's able to absorb the energy blast, which is really cool. I like that. Suzukiri, she's got a very broken divine artifact that I do wonder what it's actually fully capable of, because she's basically got the remote from Click, and she's able to fast forward and pause time. And then she has this one scene with Peltrola where she tells him, saying, hey, maybe you should eliminate the junior cadets first. So she's planting those seeds with whose side she's actually on, so she's still a big mystery. But overall, those divine artifact copies or replicas, they had some pretty cool abilities. So we get this one scene near the end of the episode, or halfway through the episode, where it's D having this sort of dream sequence where he dreams about what his world domination is going to be like. He's super famous, he's got all the wealth, he's got all the popularity, he's ruling the world with an iron fist. And in the dream sequence, you have his ranger friends there from the academy there. They're there with him, So this just shows that even though he dreams about world domination, conquering the humans, getting rid of all Rangers, the friends he's made at the Academy, he cares about. So the best comparison I can think of when it comes to this guy is Greed from Full Metal Alchemist. Because although greed in Full Metal was the sin of greed, he did care about his comrades very deeply. And it looks like that D, although he's greedy, he wants to rule the world, he still has some ambition where he cares about everyone, because at the end of the episode he comes back and he's ready to fight beside the other Ranger cadets as they're confronted by Peltrola as well. So it looks like we're getting closer and closer to the climax of this Ranger arc, or this Ranger Academy arc with the exams. I'd say give it maybe 2 more episodes and this story arc with Peltrola will be wrapped up, because we're nearly at the end of the first core, I believe. This was episode 10. I believe the fight's going to go into episode 11 and maybe conclude on episode 12, or halfway through episode 12, possibly. I'm not entirely sure, but overall this episode was really freaking cool. I really enjoyed it. Some pretty cool fight scenes, although the animation did look a little bit wonky at one end, but some really good character moments with our Rangers as well throughout this episode. So Go Loser Ranger, Reject Ranger, Ranger Reject, whatever you want to call it. I'm still really enjoying it, watching it week to week, and I can't wait to see where the rest of the show is going to go, because we've only hit the halfway point almost, and we've got roughly about 13 more episodes left. So this show is still kicking ass, and I'm still loving it, and I cannot wait to see where it's going to go next. But anyway, guys, what did you think of this episode of Go Loser Ranger? Tell me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions, and with that said, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, take care, and bye.